Hello gamers and welcome to Let's Play Old World, the new game by Mohawk Games. They've previously done Off-World Trading Company, a very good game. And one of the figureheads is Søren Johnson, who was the lead designer of Civilization 4 and I think the co-lead designer of Civilization 3. It's a 4X turn-based strategy game set in the antique, so in the old world. There are some good options here, like you can actually turn off the or skip the licensed music tracks while they sort things out. There are lots of options, follow AI moves, lots of window modes and stuff, so it's really lots of stuff you can change. There's multiplayer, you can play network by cloud, hot seat and on a remote server. And obviously there's single player. There's a game of the week that you can, I've clicked it already. There's a game of the week where you can play with fixed settings. I'm going to end it. Then there is, and you can then obviously compare your success to the other players. And then you can also play in a scenario. So there's currently the barbarian horde scenario where you kind of have to, you're the only civilization, you have to fight against barbarians, and later on there will be lots of raiders. And then you've got a Carthage campaign basically, or 4 scenarios. I've played these 2 scenarios already. And then here you can go for achievements and stuff. Then you can also play a standard game, and you can choose handcrafted maps, and you can also go for a random map. So the game starts and it gives you the choice between I think is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or random. All the different, there's obviously flavor text, and all the different nations you can choose have a leader. So there's a character focus in the game, and then you start with different texts. You have different unique units and unique buildings. Every nation or every civilization has 4 families. 3 of them you can use. So Syria is more or less like a fighting civilization. Babylonia is more like tech focused. They've got good archers. That's the shrines. They all have different gods, but you can later found your own religion as well. The leaders have different archetypes. So he is, for example, a scholar. And then Dido. Also here on the right hand side you can see that if I click the middle mouse button, that's something super cool. This kind of freezes. So it's actually even better than in CK3 where you have to wait a moment. And then you can go here and see what are actually mercenaries. And then you click the button again and then you go here, okay, what are tribes? And so on and so forth. I think that's incredibly well done. Coastal cities get more gold. We start with trapping, divination, and aristocracy. They've got elephants. Egypt has more stone, and it's good for farming on rivers and stuff. So you can really boom, I think. But I've played with them already, so I want to play someone else. Also here you can see they get, it's like a farm advantage. Now the Greek can unlock the Olympiad. What does that mean? A project. That's pretty cool. And they get culture. Culture helps you to level up your cities. And then you can, for example, build more smaller settlements around it. And certain wonders require certain levels. And less costs for settlers. So it's like, and hoplites and phalangites. Not too bad. Not too bad. He is a commander. Persia. It's good for ranged weapons, ranged guys. Cost for ranged units reduced, and that's actually pretty cool because ranged units are good in this game. And in Rome, the units gain XP from combat. Also pretty cool. And the units get, and all cities create training per turn, which is cool. I'm not sure what I shall go for. And they get orders per military unit killed, so you can really fight a lot with them. Order is a new resource type. You need orders to, for example, start building hexfeld improvements, to move your units, to attack, to heal, and so on. And kind of reflects that you can only give so and so many commands every turn. Minus 25% cost for identical adjacent improvements is also pretty strong. Harvest production. Cataphracts archers. Upgrades from Pelton cavalry. See, they need strong culture in order to build that, and a citadel as well. These are both melee units. What do they bring me? Culture. These bring science, so I would definitely need these. Or shall we just start random? Let's just start random and see what happens. Here you can see we can do a simple setup. I will play on the strong, because opponent level is normal. Here you can also see cities create unrest every turn, and you kind of need to tune it down. So initially you will build up quite some discontent, and you need to make festivals and stuff. And then later it will get better. Opponent level aggressive. I think the strong is kind of like a standard start. With the noble we get existing nations start with 3 cities, and here they start with 4. Well, I've played this game for like a bit more than 20 hours so far. I think we will go for the noble because we are very noble, and makes it a bit harder. And also I like the idea that raiders could arrive. Here we can go for different map scripts. We can go for a map size, or we can go for a pre-made map, and that's what we're gonna do. And that's going to be the old world, which should be... The Mediterranean is a bit smaller. I can browse for files someone has created as well. You can also do a setup here. Set the number of opponents. We want 6 opponents, which is good. 6 opponents, yeah. The tick was a bit wrong, so like everyone will be in the game. And, you know, double victory. Victory from acquiring twice as many victory points as any other nation. No, I don't want to do that. There's something... I could tune down the AI aggression to normal and keep the rest a bit more difficult. I think that would be good. 6 opponents, please. Oh, well, let's stick to aggressive, because why not? Established. Well, I could say they don't start with a head start. Let's just go for fledgling. They can have some sort of head start. Even though it doesn't really make sense, so I don't want to give them a head start, actually. I'd rather have them aggressive, but without a head start. Here you can go for the different victory types. For example, victory from acquiring the target number of victory points, which you get like for exploration and techs and wonders and stuff. Or you can go for 10 ambitions. Let's activate that. No characters. Okay, we don't want to remove characters. We don't want to remove barbarians. I want to play with Fog of War. I want to keep undo because it's cool. Play to win. All nations will try to keep each other, including you, from winning. We are going to do that. Role playing is switched off, so we can actually see what the effect of the different events is when we before we choose them. I don't want to go for one city challenge, and I don't want to go for a mod. I think somewhere, if you switch that off or so, you can go for like a different type of victory, like a conquer victory or something it's called. Can you stick to 6, please? Thank you. Genders inherit equally, that's all fine by me. And the oldest child inherits, good. Travel strength normal, 6 opponents, nation random, points victory on, and ambition victory as well. Show hidden map scripts off. Don't know what that means. 6 opponents, please. Start game. Okay, here we go. So I've got some basic experience, obviously, and I'm going to try to share it, but it's not an expert tutorial campaign or something like that. We are Nebuchadnezzar, the wisest king of Babylonia. The myths of our people claim that you descend from a distant line of kings, but your people are broken and battered from disasters. Finally taking your birthright, it falls on you to lead the people of Babylonia into the old world, to forge a nation of knowledge and glory, one that will be remembered through the ages. The existing civilizations of this old world do not yet know the splendor and wisdom of Babylonia, but they will learn. Select your settler and found your capital city. You'll choose your nation and decide which family manages your first city, gaining their advantages immediately. Let's found our capital. So in old world, excuse me, I thought I said I want to play with Fog of War. Is that like a Babylonian thing? To see everything? Let's restart. We'll go to options. Can I set the Fog of War here somewhere? Okay, let's just try it once more. Exit to menu. But we'll go for the Babylonians because that was the random choice that was made for us by the game. So here we go. Babylonia. There we go. Nice hat. The noble pre-made map. The old world. Advanced setup. 6 opponents. Where's the Fog of War? Okay, I accidentally clicked that. There we go. Play to win. And still 6 opponents, please. I think I should report that as a bug. Aggressive AI established. Let's maybe go to 2 cities to give them a head start, a small head start, nonetheless. We are the newcomer. Okay, here we go. So it'll be, I think it'll be like 10 turns. I want to have the same amount of turns per episode, even though this could be like episode 0 with 1 turn. And then later on change it, okay, that's much better. Change it to, as you can see, we can't see, we can't see much. There's a city side, there's a city side, that's good. And here we've got our city side. We can build a city right here, that's fine by me. and we need to found it. So your first important decision is which family you want to found your city, and ideally you choose 3 families, and in that order, like 1 to 3, instead of like giving a city like 2 cities in a row to one family, because then the others will be unhappy. And then you lose the last one. So this one is like the technology thing that gives us 1 science per year per specialist, plus it gives us 2 civics. The traders add the family units add multiple roads per year. Cool. The family cities create plus 20 coins per year from bullion resource. That's interesting, but we need the bullion resource and we don't have one here in the vicinity. Less time for upgrading the hamlets, which is cool, and we could get a caravan. And we get a court merchant as soon as we found that. Now they are artisans here, so that's good for culture. New siege. Ship units start with ingenuity. Mines and lumber mills have increased output. We don't have anything like that here. And they are hunters. Good for defensive stuff. New ranged units start with sniping. Camps and nets have increased output. Family seat unlocks hunt. It's a project. We would get some resources here. Which one are we not going to use? I think it's likely we might not use these guys. I think we start with the hunters to get our military up and running. Or shall we go for something like the artisans after all? But it doesn't make sense at this location. The traders doesn't make sense either because of the lack of bullions. The scientists could make sense. And we would acquire a random technology, which is also good. Let's go for science. That's our focus, and I want to specialize on that. Come on, here we go. Now it's explaining orders. So I've activated the tutorial. We can now choose research. We could go for the warrior, we could go for the fort, which would allow us to build a quarry, and we could go for the shrine. So the system works like these are also available, but we can't choose them. We can only choose what's been drawn. And it's been drawn from the available, that's the tech tree, from the available text. So for example, the blue text are available. Well, the green text we've got, and the blue text we can actually go for right now. And I think this one is in the discard pile, so we can't go for it, or we can't go for metaphysics. So stone cutting and ironworking and divination are actually the cheap resources, and I think getting a shrine might be quite good. So let's go for divination. The shrines can help us to specialize our cities a bit. Stone cutting is an important resource. Yeah, but let's go for divination, even though stone cutting is kind of recommended. Well, shall we change it? Yeah, let's change it to stone cutting, just in case. Now, that's like the menu for all the different stuff. Here we have our coins, like money, food, and it's so cool you can always just, hover over and buy and sell. Iron, stone, wood, orders. It also shows us how much we gain or lose per turn. Science rate, civics, training, and luxuries. We don't have any luxuries. Over here we can see our court members. Our queen consort is our wife. She contributes with her points as well. We could, for example, divorce her if we wanted to. She's got some relatives, our heirs over here. And now we just see the court members. We could also see all characters, like these dudes are here now because we founded the city. And we can use them as governors or or as commanders. So here's some recommended stuff, but they are actually currently building the settler, and I'm going to stick to the settler. We've got one citizen here, so we can actually afford. Does it cost a citizen? I think it doesn't even cost a citizen. Yeah, I want to get a settler first. The first thing needs to go out as quickly as possible, even though this would give us civics and access to the Acropolis if we had it, and philosophy. So for example, for the +1 science, we would actually need the research philosophy first, or the law philosophy, and for that we need the technology architecture and so on. So we don't immediately get that. We'd only get this +1 civics per year. Now the treasury, on the other hand, would immediately give us 10 coins per year, and because we are Babylonia, apparently, we would get +2 culture. So actually, I think we should... Well, let's go for the settler and then go for the treasury next. The inquiry is repeatable, and it's... yeah. Down here we see citizens here. We can't put a governor. I don't know why. Because, okay, I know why. Because we require a garrison, a stronghold, or a citadel, which we don't have. So I was a bit confused because in my first game with Rome, in the barbarian scenario, I could immediately assign a governor, and the reason was that you kind of I could start this particular city with a garrison. It was like a bonus thing. So what do we have here? This is our scout, this is our worker, and this is our slinger. Time to sling some rocks. So we use him for some light scouting, but ideally we need to go to those ruins with our scout. Ritual performance. In the ruins we observe a ritual performance centering on the old city's patron god. He tricks minor deities into letting him eat them, but in the end they cut open his belly and kill him. What should we take away from this? Expand our cities, but beware of gluttony. So we acquire polis, which is a technology. Hold such performances ourselves. We would acquire the technology drama, or we could learn from it, and Nebuchadnezzar becomes cunning and also gets experience points. But I think I'll go for technology, even though cunning. Plus 20 opinion of cunning characters. It doesn't give us a tech boost or something. And just more XP ain't good enough for me. So do we want drama or do we want polis? Let's take a look at the tech tree, if I can find it. Okay, right now, okay, I can look at the tech tree. Drama would be here. It would allow us to build the Odeon. And what was the other one again? I've already forgotten. Okay, did I now just discover something accidentally? Let's get to work with that dude. Okay, where's the event? There's the event. Okay. So this event, this is your civilian idle units, military idle units, and scout idle units. And down here you have like event stuff as well. Polis was the one. Okay, let's take a look again at the tech tree. So it's a bit missing. Down here it explains the stuff. It's kind of missing a bit like a search function here, I think. There's polis. Okay. So polis allows us walls, -1 discontent if a family military unit is defending, which I think is good. And we could start building hamlets, and we'd get a free settler card. But I don't have stone cutting yet. I don't know how that works out then. with the free settler. So let's find out, and let's go for polis. That's the bonus effect, that's the discard technology, and we founded the city. So quite a lot to do already in the first round, and it's already 25 minutes. And this is the end of the map. And we play Old World, right? I didn't misclick, did I? If any of your opponents reach 91 points, the game ends. Yeah, that's new to me because I played like a conquest victory game when I played before. So this dude, it's also suggesting us what we could build. Here he suggests a mine, for example. There's a river, so it could be okay, and we could send a specialist in here. Also, it would be good to build a farm, potentially. Is there wheat as a resource, I think? Yes, there is. Look at this. There's a +2 from wheat to the civilian growth. And then there could be a granary here, potentially. And there's a river, so this could be like a... these two tiles could be like farming tiles for sure. And yeah... this city won't be big on mining and stuff, so we need to focus on other things. Let's build a farm. But as you can see, I'm unfortunately out of orders. I could buy orders, but I won't do it, even though it would be good to get that ready soon. Because we don't really get many orders every turn. For many training, much training, only +0. Yeah, so this actually means we can end the year, and we will learn more about all this stuff like here, the council and stuff as we progress. Our princess is now old enough to be tutored by courtiers. Let's immediately start building a farm. As you can see, it used up one order. Our princess, here she is. Tutor. We don't have the coins to start tutoring her, unfortunately. Obviously that's detrimental, because if you tutor your heir, the heir will most likely improve, and that's obviously good. Aha! This is an interesting location because there's a resource gold, and that would be good for this one. Now we've actually met Assyria already. Harvesting is a great way. Okay, that's something really important. What we can do here is harvest resources. Is that harvestable? Yeah, that's also harvestable. I almost forgot. So we can harvest all these resources. The resource stays, but we gain some resources. I don't want to force march the unit. For coins, it also costs more orders. Can our military unit actually harvest stuff? I think it can't. Okay, I really want to get this city. So, as you can see, we are kind of blocking this city now. I could promote it, but it doesn't have any experience points. Here you see, this is something very important. In order to upgrade the unit, I need 100 experience points. Currently, this unit has 0 experience points. It's fatigued, so it can't move anymore, unless it's a forced march. I could promote it and get one of these perks or buffs. There are some here already. It's an infantry unit and so on and so forth. But it would cost me 100 training because it has no experience whatsoever. Okay, I said tutorial fatigued. So I'm going to sentry with this unit, or sleep with this unit, and yeah, let's sleep and hold the city. Then we can maybe deter them from coming in our direction, because we should be, as Babylonia, pretty much in the southeast of the map. So that's what we could do in this turn, and let's end the year. Now the barbarians actually attacked the scout. Our son has died. That's very unfortunate. Character death. I know Scout was attacked. Our Scout now has reduced health. He can, generally speaking, your units can only... Okay, we gathered some resources. Can only... you can even, go for the scrubs with a worker and it'll regrow eventually. Also, your scouts later on will turn into agents, which is, I think, a really smart move. So this is what we could do in this turn. 2 more years till this is ready. And I actually think I will play 5 turns per video, because it's already taking quite some time, and then the videos will be like 15-ish minutes, later maybe 30. I think that's good. But let me know what you think. I just want a fixed, turn per episode thing. Yeah, shift and click. Okay, that's like... Okay, we've discovered these mountains, but they've already been discovered. Oh, look at that. He's already got his second city there. And he's got gold there as well. Now we can educate our heir. She's growing up fast. What shall we have her do? Philosophy for science, rhetoric for charisma, tactics, or commerce. Let's make her a philosophy girl, like her father. Let's end the year. Okay, now a specialist can be recruited from the city screen. Yeah, basically, now we've got this improvement, tile improvement, which helped a lot already. And now we can recruit a specialist. He will increase the yield, and as you can see, +1, +6, +1, +1. And it'll also spread the border. The walls are suggested, and the wheat farmer is suggested. But we are going to continue with the settler first. The wheat farmer is going to be queued. And what shall we do with him? I think we could build a granary here, because I think we can build a... Yeah, we can build a thing here, and then one granary, it gives +60% per adjacent farm. There's not much point in building farms over here. Yeah, this city won't have much. Or we could build the granary here, but this is also like a farm location. But then we could build farms here and here, because it's next to the river. I think that's even better. So go here, and as you can see, I can still build whatever I want. And I actually want to build another farm. It also tells me I want to build a farm. It tells me how much I get from it. Here I get 6.5. And because there's also this freshwater bonus compared to the +5 tiles. And +10% from the adjacent farm. So here we go. Let's look after our food supply. Here's our scout. There's a luxury resource. I think it's sorghum. What is that exactly? Is that a... Let's harvest it. It's like increased food production of sorts. And now he's out of moves. And our princess has shown a remarkable aptitude with mathematics and geometry, rapidly mastering the basics. During a visit to the court, Kashaya asks for advice on the best path to apply these studies. What guidance shall we provide? Engineers are in short supply at the court. That would make her an engineer. As a leader, and she's going to be a leader as our potentially a general as well. We get +10% attack and defense versus siege and versus ship. Carpenters make things possible. all new siege units start with more experience and new ship units as well. Or it's important to have a well-rounded education. Let's actually go for the well-rounded education and give her some wisdom. It's also shown down here now. Princess Kashaya, wisdom +1. I'm not going to click end year because then some stuff might happen at the very beginning of the next turn. So I'm going to call it an episode, 35 minutes. So we're going to do the 5 turns per year thing. I hope you enjoy that. Let me know in the comments what you think. I won't pre-record the other episode until like Tuesday. It's Sunday today, so you've got time to give me your thoughts and tell me what you want to see. Thanks a lot. Until then, bye for now.